Nick Rudder for IDSCarCare.com. Today at the shop I have Ole from Flitz.
Good to meet you, Nick.
Good to meet you too. Glad to have you here. And you've been showing me your various products throughout the day on wheels and diamond plate and plastic. And what are you going to show us right now?
Well, you know, aluminum is a problem no matter where you're going. And I don't care if you're in Florida or up north, but one of the things I want to start with is diamond plate.
When you say aluminum is a problem, what do you mean?
Well, it's a soft metal. It corrodes very quickly, but it also dulls very quickly too. Now this diamond plate here happens to have acid on it. Because when you put acid on metal, it turns white immediately.
Yep.
And if anybody's had a trailer like an RV and you're towing something, you get a rock guard on the front, or like boat fenders are a lot of times diamond plate on your pickup trucks.
Your toolbox too.
Toolboxes, all your toolboxes are diamond plate. Yeah. And a lot of times a guy will keep a toolbox but get a new truck. Well, toolbox kind of ratty looking. Why not bring it back and restore it?
Sure.
It's really easy to do. Now if you do it by hand, it's a knuckle buster because all these little diamonds buildup comes in here now.
I've done that. It's a lot of work.
I'll show you how to clean this, but let's start with this first, because one of the lot of things what people don't always realize when you're polishing and cleaning, you want to clean it first. And that's why acids are used a lot in the industry. At Flitz, we sell what we call metal pre-clean. Now versus using acid, what this will not do is make metal white. I'll give you an example. This wheel has a shiny spot on it. I'm just going to spray this on here. Just want to show you it's not white. If that would be acid, it'd be white right now. But this chemical is so aggressive, but also so safe. But watch when I use it in my hands. I'm going to touch this here and touch this copper. Watch when I touch the copper what happens. See?
Wow.
That's something? It cleans it right away. And it keeps on working. Now when you have something really nasty, what you want to do is scrub it with a brush or a piece of nylon. Here we sell your metal cleaning pads, which are a viscose sponge type material. It scrubs without scratching. And then when you're all done, you take water and you rinse it. Now as soon as I rinse it, it stops working.
So it neutralizes it,
It neutralizes, exactly. And that's the key with this chemical. You have to rinse it. If you don't rinse it, it'll keep eating and corroding at the metal. That's why it's so important.
And that's impressive chemistry, if I can comment, because normally with acids like that, you have to use a soap and water mixture to neutralize it. So
100%
the
right.
fact that you can just use water, I mean, that speaks volumes about the quality of the chemistry.
For the marine industry, and you guys sell a lot in the marine, if you ever had an outboard motor and you're running it up north, especially in our lakes and Great Lakes, we have beautiful clean water up there, but the water has a lot of calcium in it. So the motors actually get black. Spray this on, and instantly it dissolves its chemicals. And then you just take lake water and just rinse it. So it's a very environmental safe product.
So what about, like, would that same rule apply to water spots in the car?
That's correct. It had a sprinkler system break. Here in Florida especially is a major problem because the water bakes onto paint like rock. This will dissolve calcium on contact, safe on paint, safe on decals. But again, I'm saying you have to rinse it. If you don't rinse it, it will eventually eat into the finish, just like acid would. So I don't want to tell you can eat it or anything like that, but give you a quick no. But you can see how a little bit polish I'm going to put on here, and I'm not saying you should polish copper, because here we're showing an aluminum and different things. But see how fast I can bring a shine out to something like this?
Oh yeah.
Because I took the time to pre-clean it first. It makes my job a lot easier. And that's why I always stress when you have something nasty, especially in the wintertime, with salt, oxidation, pitting, you use the pre-cleaner first and then you polish it. Now because this is not really pitted, we're just going to polish it right over here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little Flitz and put a few dabs right on top of the aluminum.
And what exactly is Flitz? I mean, I know it's your brand, but this is the primary product, right? This is a staple.
Flitz has been around 45 years. Originally made in Germany. In fact, ingredients still come out of Germany. It's a USDA approved product, so you can use it on food items. It has a military spec code. This is aircraft approved. People like Learjet, Gulfstream, they have to use products like Flitz. They're mandated by the manufacturers what they can use, what they can't, with this military spec. This product is very, very soft. It's less than a 4,000 grit, which is super, super fine. I mean, I'm not here to knock anybody, knock any competitors. All polishes work to a certain degree. But what you're going to see with this, how fast this works and how this leaves a protective coating afterwards is the real key.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the Flitz directly on, and if you notice, this is a paste. Now if you buy a liquid, if you look at liquid polish, especially if it's a clear bottle, you'll see about this much polish on the bottom of the bottle, and the rest is all mineral oil.
It separates.
It separates. This is pure polish.
That's good.
And
that's a sign of good chemistry, the fact that it doesn't separate.
It does not separate, as long as you seal it up when you're done. And if it does, mix up a little bit, stir it around, no big deal. Now I'm going to take a buffer like this, and if you notice we have different sizes. This is a 5-inch buffer. This I used a while ago, and as you see a shaft in here. See how hex shaped.
Yeah, it'll stay in the drill a lot better, right?
That's correct. This is actually geared at 3,000 RPM, where our competitors are geared normally for 300 to 400 RPM.
Because they're a cylinder.
Yes, they're cylinder and they're made of foam. Now this is made of felt. This will not tear up. You hit a valve stem with this, you hit a sharp screw, sharp edge, it's not going to tear it up.
Okay.
And you can close it up like this and put it right in the washing machine. So you can actually launder it and use it.
Wow.
Not to say it's going to last forever, but you can last it 5-6 times.
You get your money's worth.
There you go. Now this is a 5-inch buffer. This is more for car wheels. But what we're trying to do at this show here is focus more on a truck market, the RV market, where you have big coaches with large wheels, Alcoas. You have diamond plate on your trailers. You have even a 22 or 24-inch wheel on a pickup truck nowadays.
Which is popular down here.
Very much so. So this buffer that I put on here is a 7-inch buffer. That's the biggest one we make. And this is designed really for large areas. And you see the dust coming out of here already because it's a brand new one. So let me just de-dust it quick. If you notice how I hold it with my hands like this, see, this buffer brings in air like an air conditioner.
Okay.
So it never overheats. It doesn't tear your skin apart. And that's why when you put this on paint and fiberglass, it's safe.
Wow.
So you can use the same buffer on different things. And because it's wide, it takes shape to what you're trying to clean.
Yep.
If you notice, like this wheel, just for exaggeration places, how this fits right in the middle of the wheel like
Yep.
that, like a railroad car. So it fits in areas where other things don't, and it doesn't tear up on you.
And it keeps your drill protected.
Exactly. So if you happen to hit something, no problem. So now on the diamond plate here, I'm going to smush this around a little bit. I do that purposely so it doesn't spit all over. I go slow with it first, and as I'm applying it, now I give it the power. I put pressure on it. I go very slow to show you how this cleans detail-wise. Then bring it out, and you can see it's like a mirror finish.
Holy smokes.
Now there's no black residue in between here, Nick. If you noticed, most buffers go like this.
Yeah.
And they leave black residue in all the diamonds.
You're right.
These fingers on this buffer pick up all the black residue for you, so you don't have that issue. Now, when you're all finished, and I'm going to take a little water, pour it on top here, you'll see how this will bead right up.
So it has like an anti-corrosive agent in it,
Correct.
like protection?
Flitz actually years ago we used to put wax in here, but what happens now, the marketplace has changed. Wax, I grew up with wax, I'm 64 years old, but ceramic coatings are the thing.
You're
They're
right.
so much easier to use, faster, and you last a lot longer. But in a product like Flitz, you can't put, it's not 100% ceramic coating, so what you're going to get out of it is basically around 3 months protection. After that,
Which is impressive for
Still
not
impressive.
performing an extra step.
That's correct.
It's just built in.
yeah, it's built right in the spot. If you want to last longer, we simply take a ceramic coating, and Flitz has them already pre-mixed, so you don't need to think about it, because the true ceramic coating comes in small bottles. You have to know what you're doing to put it on. They sell around $200 a bottle. This sells for $45. You simply spray it on, take a microfiber, wipe it off. If you can, try to leave the vehicle dry for 2 days.
So it can cure.
So it cures. This takes 2 days to cure. As this cures, it gets super, super hard, and it'll last for 1 year.
And does it leave the surface slick?
Very slick. In your garage, like your flooring here is beautiful flooring. Like most people, I don't read instructions. So I'm spraying on my own truck, and I'm spraying like a madman. It's getting on the floor. All of a sudden I get to the truck, Oli takes a slip.
And you ate it.
Right. So 5 times soap and water with Dawn dishwashing soap, I'm scrubbing the floor, I finally got this off.
Wow.
Because it does come off, but you got to work at it. So I always tell people when you spray this on, spray it on sparingly, or best thing is what we're going to show here to show you, spray this on in your applicator pad, spray it on, and then you take your applicator pad and put it on the truck. So that way you waste less and you put it on exactly where you need to.
And you can apply it on all exterior surfaces.
All exterior, even a windshield. You put on a windshield, it's like Rain-X on steroids.
Water beads up and just flies right off.
It's phenomenal. So we take this now, I'm going to give you an example on a wheel like this, because this wheel has different holes and different configurations. When we do the smile of the wheel, what we're doing right over here, we smear the polish on, it goes slow speed with the buffer, and show you, let me turn this around so the camera here can catch it, how you can actually do the smile of the wheel. It fits right inside there. In the seconds here, you're bringing it like a chrome-like finish.
Wow, that's a big
Isn't it something?
difference.
And this
It
not
feels
much,
different too.
It really does. And watch the water when it hits you here. You'll see where it sticks over here. There you see how it beads right up. So when you put this on, it leaves a nice protective coating at the same time.
That's impressive. Let me see the water.
Yep. See, one of the problems is when this wheel, if you have a motor coach and it rains a little bit in the morning or you get dew in the morning, all the water puddles right here in the center area.
You're right, it stains it.
And it stains it. Now you can take the water stains off with the Flitz pre-clean, but the polish leaves a protective coating, so it's no big deal. Just wipe it off. And that's why it makes such a big difference when it comes to trucks. Now one of the problems with it is I'll cool a wheel like this. As you can see, I just have a section here because we're space here, constriction.
Yeah, the real world.
Right, but this ball will not fit in the front. It will not fit here where the lug nuts are.
No.
So you take the ball off. We have different sizes. We have a 2-inch buffer like this. The 2-inch buffer is really cool because it gets into really funky areas. When you use it, it comes up little fins here, like for motorcycle spokes and things. But watch how it fits, excuse me, how it fits right inside the holes like that. So when you're doing a truck wheel, there's really no work involved to get inside. Now you take the wheel off. We also have a 3-inch buffer. What makes this one unique, when this would be mounted on a truck or an RV or a boat, you have threads that come out here. This ball will go right between the threads. So you can take your caps off on your wheel, pop them off, the thread sticks out, you polish it, then you put the caps right back on.
Very cool.
And you can cover it up and be perfect. So much less work than taking the wheel off.
Oh, sure.
And most of the time when people have really nice wheels, they don't let them get that bad. They're just basically touching them up, making them look good.
Yeah, yeah.
But all these tools are available, of course, through yourselves. They have them sold as a set or individually. They are washable, as I was mentioning before, but they come in 4 different sizes: 2-inch, 3-inch, 5, and 7. Last and final would be using the ceramic sealant on your aluminum or on paint and fiberglass, as we talked about earlier. Simply spray it on. You don't need to let it dry. Then just simply wipe it off.
Easy peasy, no smears, no streaks.
Exactly.
No haze, nothing.
In 2 days from now, then you're basically really hardened. But if it does get wet during those 2 days, it's not going to end it. It's just going to shorten the life a little bit.
Got it.
And that's the only difference. One of the things I always suggest when people have a used vehicle, because a lot of times ceramic coatings are only used on new cars. If you use car, take Dawn dishwashing soap. That cuts grease, oil. You're supposed to never use Dawn when you wax a car because it takes the wax right off.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do though. You want to remove the wax, you want to remove the oil. Use Dawn to wash it, dry it, then use ceramic seal it. It'll make your job better and faster, and it'll make it adhere better.
And fast and easy, I like that.
Exactly.
So Ole, well, it was great having you. I mean, these products clearly work. You know, from the diamond plate here, whether it's a toolbox, you know, like on the back of your new truck, a pickup truck, or anything else, or if it's a wheel on the motor coach or some 22s on your truck.
That's right.
You know, Flitz has the good stuff to make it look good. So for more information, Ole, it was a pleasure having you.
Pleasure, Nick.
Visit idscarcare.com, click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, take care, and God bless.